It's summertime. That means that we are off doing fun outdoor activities, left, right, center. We can't keep track of time. And that is where the myChow kit from KetoChow comes in super handy. I want to unbox this July myChow surprise kit with you so we can find out what kind of goodies KetoChow has in store for us for the month of July. Ooh, I'm excited. All right, I've got my newest myChow surprise box, and here we go. We have a bunch of different KetoChow in here. Let's look at this first. The myChow kit also comes with some recipe cards over here that we will look at in just a moment. Right off the bat, we have 2 orange cream flavors. This is a phenomenal spring and summertime flavor, very refreshing. We have a salted caramel. That is a staple flavor. Ooh, chocolate. You can never go wrong with chocolate. Cookies and cream, a very versatile flavor. Strawberry cream. This is their strawberry flavor. They replaced it last year. They replaced the original strawberry flavor with the strawberry cream, and I think that was a win for them. We have the beloved butterscotch that was created with the True Crazy Ketos. Delicious and nostalgic flavor right there. A couple more packets in here. We have caramel macchiato. Yum. I can imagine doing this one as a shake that is refreshing but also comforting at the same time. And we have mocha. Chocolate, coffee, delicious. The myChow 30 serving kit comes with a 21 meal bag, and this is absolutely a treat. I love blueberry pie. So tasty, and I use this one all the time. So we'll set that to the side. And here are our July 24 recipe cards. Taking a look at this right away, I really want to do this. This looks amazing. And I think I might have some fruit in my fridge that I could use, but we will have to wait and see on that one. So we have the red, white, and blueberry cheesecake created by Chef Taffy. This one does use the blueberry pie KetoChow. Brilliant. Next, we have the chocolate cupcakes by Carrie Brown. Those seem like a winner as well. Uses a serving of the chocolate KetoChow. That one I'm sure my daughters will love. Ooh, caramel macchiato protein pancakes by Chef Taffy. That sounds delicious. My oldest has been very much so into the PB&J chaffles as of late, using the chocolate peanut butter flavor from, was it last month? I think it was 2 months ago. No, it was last month. It was June. She might absolutely love to give this a try for variety, and it does use the caramel macchiato KetoChow. Next up, mocha buttercream, and this is by Carrie Brown. This must be paired with these chocolate cupcakes. Phenomenal. This has the mocha KetoChow. And finally, a creamy orange frosting by Chef Taffy. I'm sure that uses the orange cream flavor. Let's see here. Yes, it sure does. Ooh, I bet that also would taste really good on the chocolate cupcakes, you know, kind of like those chocolate oranges that you can find in the holiday seasons. That might be a fun combo right there. If you're not familiar, myChow is the subscription service offered by KetoChow. It's a way for you to get regular shipments of KetoChow so that you never run out. There are 2 different options when it comes to the kits. You can choose the myChow kit, which I call the choose your own adventure version. You get to select the number of meals and which flavors you get in your box every time you receive a shipment. You are limited to their main line that is always accessible year-round. So that means no seasonal or limited edition flavors, but you are guaranteed to get the flavors that you want in your subscription. The other option is the myChow surprise kit. With this, you still get to choose the number of meals that you want delivered, and you get to choose your frequency. But the team at KetoChow will curate the box with a variety of flavors. You get a set of recipe cards with suggestions on how to use those flavors, and you might get limited edition or seasonal flavors in the surprise kit. If you'd like to learn more about KetoChow, I've got a link down in the description box below, and that link will actually save you 10% off of all of your non-subscription orders. It does support my channel, so if you choose to use my link, I greatly appreciate that. I'm going to try out the red, white, and blueberry cheesecake by Chef Taffy. I'm going to try to make a half batch or a half this recipe just based on the number of ingredients I have, and that I think will work out quite nicely. I do think it will cut in half pretty easily. Here I have a 6-inch springform pan. She calls for a 9-inch tart pan. I don't have one of those, but I'm going to use this. I have taken my parchment paper and created a little liner here, a circle on the bottom there, and then I've got some parchment here that I have got lined up, and that will kind of sort of stretch out as I pour my batter in there when it's ready. I think I am going to take a little bit of foil to wrap around the outside so that I don't have any leaking, just as a precaution. So that will be my security blanket right there to make sure my fridge doesn't wind up with cheesecake batter all over it. All right, so now I'm gonna pop this out of the way and we'll get started on the base of the cheesecake. Our first step is to whip some heavy cream until it reaches soft peaks. I find that stabilizing the heavy cream first is really ideal. So I have some gelatin here, some beef gelatin. I also have about a tablespoon of water here in this measuring cup. I'm going to bloom this gelatin, about a teaspoon, over top of my water, just gently sprinkling that on top. I'm going to give that a moment or two, and when that has bloomed, I'm going to pop this in the microwave for about 30 seconds to activate the gelatin. My gelatin here is activated, and I am going to use my hand mixer with a whisk attachment to whip the heavy cream. I've got some right here. As I said, I am doing a half recipe, so I only need a half cup of heavy cream for this part. My whipped cream is to kind of a medium soft peak here. That's okay. I prefer my whipped cream to actually be a little bit stiffer anyway. So now I'm going to slowly drizzle my activated gelatin into my heavy cream so that it can mix thoroughly. And if you do this a little bit too quickly, it will produce globs of gelatin, which is not great for texture. So do be cautious with this. And it's kind of tricky because this is still warm, the gelatin is, and you want cream to be very cold in order to stabilize itself. So it's a delicate balance, and yeah, so here we go. All right, stabilized whipped cream. Scrape down my sides here a little bit. And the instruction tells us to pop this into the fridge for a little bit. Next up, we need to make the cream cheese portion. It tells us we need to beat up our softened cream cheese so that we can mix in some allulose, some vanilla, and some KetoChow. I would like this to be a little bit higher protein, so I'm going to actually use some skyr, which is an Icelandic yogurt cheese that I have made myself, and I have drained this off to be much, much thicker than even Greek yogurt. So I'm going to pull out 8 ounces of this, which is enough for half the recipe. I'm using a reverse measuring method here with my scale. Now we need to take about half of our whipped cream from the fridge and mix this into the batter. By doing that, it sort of loosens up that batter, and then we can fold the rest of our whipped cream into this no-bake cheesecake. I'm going to do a J or an S to fold it in so that we don't fully deflate the whipped cream. I'm going to transfer my cheesecake batter into my prepared pan. Try to work it into all the nooks and crannies to get it as even as possible. Okay, I'm going to set this in the fridge, allow it to chill, and we'll be back. Blueberry pie is just one of my most favorite flavors. There are so many great ones, but if I've got a bag of this open, I'm reaching for it. I want to give this bag of blueberry pie KetoChow away to one of y'all. There are a few rules. Number one, you must be a US resident. Number two, you must be a subscriber to my channel. And number three, I need you to leave a comment down below with the hashtag red, white, blue. It's July, it's the time to celebrate independence. Red, white, and blue is just, you know, like it's the thing. So hashtag red, white, blue will be the way you enter my giveaway. I'm gonna leave this open for exactly 1 week. And then on July 8th, I will draw a winner using a randomized YouTube comment selector, and I will post the winner in my community tab here on my channel. Be sure that you've got notifications turned on. That way, if you are my winner, you will be notified. My cheesecake here is pretty close to being set up, and I can't wait any longer. I'm gonna go ahead and make the whipped cream. And I've got one of these little just cream dispensers or whipped cream dispensers here that is quite fun to have. And I like to keep this thing in the freezer or in the fridge for about, I don't know, an hour or so before I'm actually going to use it. So I poured my heavy cream in here, seal the lid on top, and these little cartridges are what causes the cream to have air pushed into it. I pop that into its little holster and then tighten it down. And that cartridge just has released all of its pressure and gas in there. And then I've got a little nozzle right here. Usually I test the cream on a little plate or something like that to make sure that it's working properly. It does tell you in the instructions for this whipped cream dispenser to shake it about 5 or 6 times, you know, just to kind of really make sure that all of the cream has access to all of the gas that will, you know, charge it up to be whipped cream. Easy peasy. Let's see here. I'd say it's working. So here is my cheesecake, and they kind of have super pretty swirls here. I'm not sure how well I'm gonna be able to get pretty swirls. Kind of wish I had a little turntable. Lazy Susan would be really useful right now. Definitely can't keep the swirl going. Close enough for horseshoes. We need some berries. So the recipe calls for a full pint of blueberries, a full pint of raspberries. I'm not gonna use that many. Even for a half recipe, I'm still not gonna use a half pint of each. I'm just gonna sprinkle a few here and there and make sure to choose little ones. I like the little guys more so than the larger berries. My girls like to just eat the larger berries on their own, so those will get used up in that way. But these little dudes kind of make it a little easier whenever you're trying to slice into this kind of a thing. Here is my red, white, and blueberry cheesecake. I think it looks precious. Here is my taste test piece. It's definitely not pretty, but usually the first slice from a cheesecake or a cake or anything of that nature is the most unattractive, but it'll still taste the same. That's delicious. Oh, I like that a lot. It has a light fluffiness to it because that whipped cream, it feels like it's not gonna fall apart on me, even though it's not finished fully setting because of the gelatin stabilizing that whipped cream. And I love, love, love the skyr in this because that means I'm getting much more protein than I would have using just the cream cheese. I dig this. Okay, I'm gonna go finish this up.